Hey YouTube, this is Nashtaters. Welcome back to another episode of Worth Visions. After last night's 2 videos that I posted, I was a little bushed and I was a little beat, and I gotta admit, there was a lot of good support from the community and the viewership about how my fiance got really lucky and I didn't, and that I'm still keeping my head up because, as you guys know, gambling, it is gambling. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. So I'm not really too worried about the results on my end. But going forward in the future, it really honestly doesn't seem like there are too many things that I'm really wanting to summon. I think ultimately we're just going to have to wait and see. And regardless of what new units are going to be popping at me, I might not be moved or tempted as much to perhaps purchase packs at this point. However, that being said, if I feel like there's a unit or some vision card that can really boost up my power level on my account, I might actually pull the trigger at that point. So going for the future, there's a possibility I may not be doing a lot of summon videos on my main account. And so today we're going to be doing a lot of actual cleanup news. So as I call it, house cleaning day. House cleaning, house cleaning, house cleaning. We all need to do it, right? Everybody knows that when springtime comes, it is the best time to actually clean. But actuality, you should be cleaning your house every single day. But in terms of World Divisions, we need to do some house cleaning really fast. First and foremost, I am probably the happiest guy alive because they finally fixed the shop error. So here it is, right? Back in the days, you could simply click on an item and you'd be fine. You'd be staying at the same page. But the last few weeks, I guess it was a bug. Once you buy something, it shoots you all the way back to the top. But just to show you how satisfied I am every time I purchase something, it just makes me feel so good inside right now. You don't understand how happy I am. I know it's a little tiny win for the community because I mean, look, listen, it's not a big deal because it was a bug, right? And there's nothing you can do about bugs because these companies are not going to really jump on the gun and fixing these tiny little bugs until they get a big sort of a major patch in. And we did get a big patch, so I think it was a good time for them to fix it. Or perhaps maybe it was just something that they did during the last patch that they actually kind of sort of broke that little tiny little system. But I'm as happy as any other person on this planet right now, and that's some good cleaning there. This item looks fairly amazing, I have to admit. I didn't really get the quite good look at it yet, but now that I'm here, let's take a good look at it. As you can see, it does require materials of both lightning and light. I really love this concept. I love the concept that is a hybrid weapon, so to speak, where it increases your light attack up and lightning attack up. And the conditions to equip obviously are catered towards staff users. Units that can do lots of damage in terms of magic, which is what I've been trying to emphasize to the community. And on top of it, most of these units probably have the ability to heal either as a sub job or as a main job. So on top of it, this gives you magic attack up 15. And I imagine when you boost this up with a magical subtype, it's going to give you a lot of magic. And on top of it, there's not too many categories and there are no penalization in categories. And I think that's the beautiful thing about this thing. And the crit is easy to actually max. Accuracy is easy to max. Attack you don't really care too much about. So in this case, you can probably just, you know what? You probably can maximize this weapon a lot easier than the other ones. I think ultimately it still depends on your rolls on your magic, but I would imagine you will probably get nice rolls since these other categories are most likely going to be much easier to maximize. So I personally cannot wait to get this weapon rolling. Perhaps someone like Salir or Skullhall can take good use of it and, you know, gain some of that extra lightning attack. And I just wanted to also talk about the order of which I did things the last couple of weeks. As you guys know, the game tends to give you tons of events and tons of farming opportunities each and every week. For me, I went with my plan of doing this. At first, I decided that I was going to farm the Fies Lacerna, which I did. I farmed 68 recipes, so that's pretty much all I did in the first week. The second week, I decided to concentrate on Killer Bow, which I farmed 2 copies of, and that's pretty much all I did that week. This week, I'm going to concentrate on the Bale Gauntlet. I think I'm going to try to get maybe 2 if possible, but minimally at least 1, and then try to get as many as possible into the second one. And then, of course, the following week, I'm going to go ahead and farm 2 copies of the Prunus lamina. Wow, these names are just killing me here. Lamina, Prunus, oh man. I'm thinking that's a Latin name, but nevertheless, this is a very cool weapon. Obviously, you want one perhaps for Sakura, and perhaps you want one for your lightning attack units, or maybe your other light units, right? Either way, it's a great weapon. I think farming 2 copies should be no issues because there is a brutal challenge of it, and if you can farm that regularly and have no issues dying, I think that's a great opportunity to easily farm 2 up, perhaps in just a couple of days if you solo farm. And obviously, if you decided to join multiplayer, just be mindful that it is probably going to be a little bit challenging, and most likely we're going to be dealing with that on my stream on Friday to see if we can kind of solve the puzzle on that brutal challenge. Now, let's go back and do some more house cleaning news. The raid has concluded. I have to admit, this raid, as you can see, I'm going to post up the screenshot here. I finished around 4,800. And the thing was, I didn't figure out that actually I could complete level 80 with my crappy team that I went in with without having to consume orbs. It was kind of a small percentage of that I do fail and end up using actually one of the orbs. But for the last literally 4 days of farming, all I really did was just consume orbs. But I didn't actually use any refills. So I think I probably could have gotten easily 250,000, maybe 300,000, given the fact that I didn't figure out literally till the very last day. But in hindsight, I realized maybe it didn't really make that much of a difference anyways, since I farmed enough recipes to essentially get enough for a +5, and I'll most likely will probably just maybe buy some of the rainbows. And you know what? Some person did bring up to the point that you probably don't even need the rainbows anymore at this point. You know, like honestly, if you're a spender, a lot of these rainbows kind of just come and come and come, and now there's more and more events that's giving us more and more rainbows. Maybe they're not really a necessity anymore. Maybe perhaps buying things that are much harder to obtain, such as the dark mega crysts and perhaps the sacred tree saps. I realized I probably could have farmed another 1,000 easy of sacred tree saps had I just utilized, you know, farming the last level 80 boss. The thing was, I had to actually manual it, but it didn't take too much because once you get into the groove and once you figure out the pattern, it was just pretty easy. And of course, I still have tons of different things that I need to spend, like these Guga Sega. And that's pretty much it actually for in terms of mock shop. But you know, overall, I feel like the last couple of weeks I started to kind of find my groove. It's kind of like how Stella got her groove back. Looks like Nashtaters got his groove back. And I felt very comfortable knowing exactly what I wanted to do, and I got it done. I got it accomplished. And I'm really glad that I'm sticking with my strategies and not kind of swaying and swerving and jumping around, because once you start doing that, you might start getting frazzled. You might start getting intimidated. So to end this video, I'm gonna go ahead and do some summons. And of course, these are just the miscellaneous summons. And by the way, my fiance actually got a UR today. First thing she did when she got up was she summoned on this thing and she got a UR. Congratulations to her. She got a Mashity out of it, which was very cool because you see her face right on the banner there. So maybe I get lucky and maybe Keto Faye would join my team. Here's praying. No, didn't happen. All right, Marielle is actually quite a good unit. So no complaints there. And then let's just do the shards. You know, we're just skipping animation because, you know, at this point, there's nothing to anticipate. Ah, the game likes to taunt me. Look at that. Keto Faye. Still don't have her. Mashity, all right, 187. I think I do want Mashity for a Trust Mask. And of course, my BS. Wait a second. Could it? Should I be spinning this? Because Keto Faye is in here. Niblu? No, Niblu has not been updated. So I will wait till this gets updated with Sakura and Niblu, and then I'll go ahead and pop this ticket. All right, let's go ahead and do, why not, 20th anchor. Can we get some big shards? 40 shards, 60 shards, 100 million shards? No shards. Okay, that works. How about this? 10 shards. Just give me 10 shards is good. 20 shards. All right. So what are we up to now? 263. So we're more than half. All right. Luck looks like isn't all there quite yet, but like I said, I much rather have the luck when I really, really desperately want something. And obviously, I'm more than willing to go ahead and use up all the bad luck now, and hopefully in the future when something I really, really want, maybe that's when the luck comes. Like Bahamut, anyone? Bahamut, anyone? All right. That's all the time I have for this video. I hope you guys' summons are as fruitful, as monstrous as they can be. And remember, time is your most valuable resource, so spend it wisely. And if you have not hit the button, please do so and subscribe to the channel and support the channel. Until next time, take care of yourself and all your loved ones. Nashtaters and his family is out of here. Peace out.